Hello, and here we are back in Skyrim for another mod showcase, and yeah, it's slightly different. I'm back in the top corner in the my little screen, as green screen kind of a bit rubbish on enlarge, so I'll be taking that away. So I'll be little me. But right, we have 5 mods to look at today. Though I'm kind of I was gonna start lumping them together. But different plans. Anyway, so we got a couple of weapons, a couple of armors, and a flat or apartment, depends on where you're from, depends what you call it. Alright, enough about that. Let's move on to mod number 1. So mod number 1 is Banner Edge, and for this you do need to, well, you can go to any forge. I believe you do not need any kind of smithing perk or anything like that. You just need some few basic ingredients to make it, then you're kind of set. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be looking for the steel, and you're going to be looking here. And here we are with Banner Edge. Obviously I'll show you a bit close up in a second. As you can see, it doesn't seem to be overpowered. It looks like it's balanced for the game, which is always nice. For this you do need an iron ingot, a few 4 steel ingots, a piece of firewood, 3 leather strips, and a piece of leather. So kind of makes sense. It's a reasonable recipe. And obviously to smith it, to basically sharpen it, you will probably more than likely need a steel or a iron ingot. So we'll have a quick look.
Got some good pieces out here if you're looking to buy. More inside.
And basically to temper it, you just need steel ingots. And so if you get to legendary, it goes at 42, or at least in my case, it goes at 42. So not too bad. There you are. Alright, so let's have a little bit of a closer look up of Banner Edge. Right, and there we go. So just a bit of a close up look on it. So yeah, it's kind of does look like it should fit in with the game pretty well. It kind of looks a bit like the steel, like a kind of a little bit like the steel sword from Oblivion. Just a bit more pointy at your end and has a bit of engraving on it, so pretty funky. So then if you just have a quick look in first person view, just have a look at it. And this is first person, so then obviously now you can see the engraving a bit more. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I like it. Like it's actually got the actual steel. It's got a bit of steel shine, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, so there we go, Banner Edge. So again, any other mods, this will be a link in the description below if you want to check it out for yourself or bookmark it for the future. Right, so to move on to mod number 2, which is the second sword of the video, and for that we actually need to go to Solitude. Alright, so not doing the second sword because I can't find it, and I can't find it in my
I smell fresh baked bread.
So,
my mouth is
skip the
watering.
second sword, so mod number 2 is now going to be Armours of the Dragon Champions. So, this adds in a bunch of new armors. I think there's, well, you can see we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chests, all with, I think it's all the same armor. It's just 6 different color variants.
I bet there's a lot of game out on those
but
open
also
fields.
the color variants do
later.
have some
Look at
slightly
me,
different names.
getting in touch
There
with
might be
my
some
Bosmer
differences.
roots.
I can't quite remember how different each one is, if there is any differences. But you can either smith them and basically create them in any forge that you want, or you could be a lazy bastard like myself and you can just come to Whiterun, come up to the top of this tower, which is basically different. Obviously there's the entrance is there, so it's the tower on your left, and you've got 6 chests. So we have white chest, purple chest, blue chest, red chest, green chest, and black chest. So
I've got your back.
I'm gonna basically, I'll show you the black chest in a way of what we're kind of expecting. So you got like basically, so obviously there is some inspiration of potential like with dragon designs and that kind of like draconian kind of esque style. So this is a fierce knight, but I know the other ones also have different names. And then you get, obviously you got your boots, or in this case hip plates, collar, corset plates, pauldrons. There's a lot of stuff. Chainmail. Now I don't know how much of this you can put together and mix together in the way so if you wear the chainmail, can you then wear the armor? That I don't know. So I'm just gonna basically fuck off. Basically do this little montage showing you off some of the different variations, and also I'll mess around, see if I can see what works and what doesn't work, kind of thing. I'm not going to show you all the colours, because obviously I'll, gives you a reason to download it for yourself to have a look. So,
I'm right
cue
behind
the
you.
montage. There you go. There's just an example of a few of them. Obviously there are 3 more sets, and also you can kind of mix and match things up, but I will say the armor and the corset are 2 separate. Well, the chainmail and the armor are 2 separate things. So it's either you wear the armor or you wear the chainmail, but everything else, so you can kind of like mix and match, and you can probably mix and match colours wise if you wanted. Make yourself look like a Jackson Pollock. But yeah, right. So this was Armor of the Dragon Champion. So this is the CBBE body type version. I didn't see any others like a UMP or anything like that. It's not to say that they're not there. It's just that I didn't see them. So you'll have to let people know in the comments below if there are actually other versions for different body types out there. But for this one, there will be a link in the description below if you want to check it out for yourself or bookmark it for later on. Alright, so we are going to move on to the next mod, which is another armor mod, but this one is more for the male in mind, and also has a bit more suitability for Skyrim itself. Alright, and here we are with mod number 3, and this is Raven Pillar. So what this does is that this adds in a kind of more realistic kind of armor. Just want to point out as well as we're going on, the armor that we just looked at, the armor in the Dragon Champions, is only for female. So this is why this is also shown off this one, because this one is also suitable for male as well. So it's a fairly simple smith recipe, nice and easy. You just need to go to steelsmithing. I don't think it said you needed any perks, or if you did need any perks it would be just steelsmithing and that's it. and you are looking basically for this. So you got the helms and the torso within the steel perk. There are light and heavy variants, but I don't think the actual visually, I don't think they're any different. It's just one's heavy, one's light, that's that. And then for the boots and the braces, you just need to build the leather and boom. Right, so I've already created it, so let's have a look at the armour. We've got two different helm variants, so we'll have a look at both of those once we're at it as well. Right, and here we are. So at the moment I haven't got the helmet on at the moment, but you know, this is the armour. And obviously if you got the kind of like hair mods or like that, there might be some like you know, just some funny glitchy business, but not a lot that the mod can do about that. But yeah, so obviously it's not the most flattering. Yeah, it's very basic looking, but it has that kind of slightly more real world, realistic kind of look to it. Obviously, it's not super realistic, obviously, but it has that more kind of like, you can see what they're trying to do, and you can see that it's basically they took a real world inspiration for the actual armor. So yeah, but the actual helmets themselves, so we've got A and we've got variant A and variant B. So I think variant A, it basically your eyes just completely disappear. As you can see, it's like your head's just gone. And then variant B is basically you can only see the eyes. So it's kind of like, do you want to play as with it being that the helmet actually is like what a helmet would actually be, where you actually have the eye holes, or did you want to be basically black noir? But obviously if you've watched my videos before, you would know that I'm not a fan of wearing the helmets, so I never bother. Alright, so again, is this my favourite kind of one?
I've got your back.
Not really, but it's not really designed. It's probably not really designed obviously with the female body in
Hello
mind.
there.
It's probably designed more for like kind of like the bulkier male body, more than likely. So, it is what it is. Right, so this was Raven Feather, and as always, there will be a link in the description below if you want to add it to your collection or bookmark it for later on down the line. Right, so now that we've got we've got a new weapon, a couple of new armors, we need somewhere to go and put it all. So for that, we're going to go off to Markarth, I believe. I think it is Markarth. If it's not Markarth, I'm going to look like an absolute idiot.
I'm right behind you.
And here we are with the final mod on the video, and this is a Silverstone Refuge, and yes, it is in Markarth, I was correct, but you do have to be careful if you have any mods that make any kind of alterations to Markarth, in a way to like adds any kind of like buildings or anything like that kind of in, because the city mod overhaul that I run unfortunately was covering up the door, so I have had to turn that off just temporarily for now. Right, yeah, this is just basically it's I don't think it's a huge player space. It's not it's not huge, it's not massive, but it's from looking in pictures, it's quaint, a bit cosy. Just gonna have a look. Alright, and here we are. So let's have a look. So, I've already got some hanging pickaxes.
Good morning.
Fair enough. I mean, unfortunately you can't, they're not interactable, but oh. Yeah, obviously Markarth's outside. What? I don't know why the sign's up there, but at least you know which way it is to get to Markarth. Okay, so you're gonna so it looks like we've got some decorative storage rather than just some.
Someday I hope to have a house as nice as this one.
So that's always good when we have decorative storage. Yeah. So yeah, again, I don't think this one is meant to be anything like, it's not meant to be anything huge or anything like that, or some big grand house. It is literally, as I said, it's called a refuge. So it is designed basically, probably more likely the idea of basically you just going in, do what you need to do, and leaving. boom, kind of thing. Rather than it being like, oh, I want to move into here, bring my followers in here, move a family in here, you know, this and the other, blah blah blah, whatever. It's a case of it's a bachelor pad. It's pretty quite simple.
I'm getting hungry. What sounds good for dinner?
I don't know. I don't eat. I haven't eaten for 27 years. But yeah, so okay, so we got another chest, which obviously is probably just a chest with like random bits of
Yum!
bobs.
This smells so good. I
Weapons
can't wait till it's
stash.
done.
Books. So it does seem like it's it's got all the storage you need. It's got all the. I'll have to check in a second if it's got all the amenities, as I didn't quite see if it did. But yeah, but in general, you know, it's got all the stuff that you need. It's got all the storage you need. So we go down here. Just need to see. So you got an alchemy lab. So you have that. You have an alchemy lab. You have all
Good
your
morning.
cooking. It seems like the only kind of thing it's missing is the ability to do any kind of like smithing. I think by the looks of it, which I suppose if it's only a very small space, it kind of makes sense. You know, you're not going to be able to do all of it in one place, you know. But again, the forge and the blacksmith, so just literally just pretty much outside your front door, so you know it's not needed. But all in all, yeah. If you want to live inside the city of Markarth, I don't quite
Good
know why
morning.
you would, but hey ho. But yeah, there's no like mannequins or anything like that. But again, it's not a big problem, you know. Yeah, you can't put your stuff on display, but that's again not a big problem at all. But so yeah, so if you just want to have a place in Markarth and you're just looking for something small, yeah, this will do the job. It'll suffice well enough, so there you go. Why not? Alright, so yeah, so this was Silverstone Refuge. And of course there will be a link in the description below to the mod itself if you want to add to your collection, or if you want to bookmark it for maybe further down the line. But right, so
Hello
that
there.
is it for this video. We are at the end. So again, all the mods will have links in the
Good
description
morning.
below, and of course there will be a link to the Discord down there as well, and as well
Good
as a link to
morning.
my Twitch. But so yeah, if you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like, why not subscribe.
Good morning.
And yeah, obviously
right
with joining
behind you.
Discord as well, you can leave mod suggestions for future videos. You can just keep up to
I've
date with
got your
anything
back.
I'm doing. Well, you know, and just all that general mumbo jumbo social stuff, basically. It's
Still
as simple as
here.
that, really. Right, so that's it for me. So until next time, I'll see you all later.
Still here.
Baby, talking pennies, I need